What's up, y'all? Welcome to Her Uniqueness. If you're new here, my name is Nina. Make sure you like, you subscribe, and join the community because you will love it here. If you're returning, thank you so much for your support. So today, we are getting ready for a solo date. So I'm going on a solo date, and while I'm doing my makeup, I want to share with you a life update, but also a couple of things that I learned this year. By the time you see this video, it's going to be 2025. So we're in 2024. Today is December 13th. So let's get ready for my makeup because I'm running out of time. So what do we start with? My face is already prepped. I already did my eyebrows before I came on here. I'm gonna start out with milk. So just a little bit goes a long way. For my T-zone, I'm only doing something light. Originally, to get to the winery, so let me tell you a little bit about the winery. So you guys know I love winery. My first video back was me going to a winery, and ironically, I'm going to another one today. So I've been in Dallas for a couple of weeks now, and I'm in a new city, and I want to take myself out. I want to do better about taking myself out, but getting dressed like I'm going on a date with somebody, but I'm going on a date with myself. The winery that I'm going today is owned by a black couple, but most importantly, it's a black family. YouTubers. There were YouTubers on here. They're still around. I don't think they post anymore regularly like they used to. But the first branch opened in Houston, Texas, and they just opened the branch. It's called Pure Noir Dallas. I'm so excited to go today just to celebrate, because there's a lot to celebrate. I am alive. I'm healthy. I moved to Dallas last year around this time. I told God that this year around this time I will be in my place in Dallas, and here I am. So words are powerful. God is faithful, but also your prayers are always answered. Sometimes they're not answered the way we want them to be answered, but God will always answer our prayers. So life update, I came back and just started uploading videos without telling you guys where I have been and why I have been away. So the first video I posted last year that did really well was my shower routine. Yes, my everything shower routine, and then my apartment, right? And it did really well. Prior to, you guys know I had surgery, right? So I had surgery related to fibroids. Prior to going to my surgery, it was in August. My first surgery was in August 2023. The day before my surgery is when I actually recorded the everything shower routine. I remember the Holy Spirit kept telling me, you need to record a shower routine. And I had the game plan and everything. And I recorded it, and then I recorded my apartment tour. And I knew that I needed to record that so that when I am recovering, I have something to look forward to. And it was the best decision ever, because recovering time was not easy for me. Not the first time around, not the second time around. So I remember I recorded everything prior to my first surgery, and then during my recovery time, I started working on it. After a couple of weeks of being discharged, I started working on it, and I posted it, and it did so well. And I cannot tell you how much it boosted my confidence, how much it boosted my spirit during recovery time, because it was so hard. Looking at those numbers and looking at you guys comment, people asking questions about the items that I mentioned, and people enjoying the video really uplifted my spirit. And my apartment tour also did really, really well, which I was happy about. And I just want to say thank you so much for your guys' support. My second video was after I recovered, like a couple of months later, but I wasn't all the way there yet. I was still processing things, and my body was still recovering. I was still tired, but I realized that because the iron was sharp or was hot, I needed to, hit it, right? So I created another video it was a Target tour when I went to Target and shop items at Target, like essential items, and you guys loved that. Then after that, the shower routine, and it did well as well, and then I went quiet. But because at the beginning of the year 2024, I had a second surgery, and that put me down, because from the timeline from the first one to the second one was very short. So I was going through so much physically because I was recovering so much emotionally. I was asking God questions like, what in the world is happening? But honestly, in the process of all of that, God remained faithful because, listen, I shouldn't be here. You know? Because the things I went through, my gosh. But the thing is, I will share my full testimony and I will share it here on this platform when I'm ready. But God is good. God is good. All I can say is if you are struggling with fibroids or any women issues like endometriosis, PCOS, anything in those sort, right? I want to encourage you to just hold on. I want to encourage you to have faith. I want to encourage you to trust God, take care of yourself, eat healthy, do everything that you can do possible on your end to take care of yourself because it's not easy. It is not easy. So that is my life update. The other one is I'm in Texas. I am grateful to be here. I'm so excited to be here. I believe it's a new beginning for me to get out of my shell, for me to be more creative, for me to grow in many areas of my life, but most importantly with God, deepen my relationship with God. What have I learned this year? The first thing I would say I learned this year is I've mentioned God, He's faithful. Create the vision board. Create the vision board. Like if I can show you my vision board, there's so many things on my vision board that I tackled this year. And I made this year very simple because again of how I started out the year. But there's some things that didn't happen for many reasons. I was recovering, but I traveled and I moved to one of my favorite cities, right? But I've lived in my favorite cities. So I can sit back and say, I have lived in the cities that I long for, desire for, or the cities that make my heart burst, right? Every time when I visited Dallas, I always felt like home, like somewhere I can put root, right? But we're trusting God for everything. But another thing that I want to talk about is self-worth. Whew. Knowing your worth. See, I'm a confident person. But there comes time where my mind, because the war is in your mind, my mind be taking me on the run. And I have to bring those thoughts into captivity spiritually. If you're a woman of faith, I have to think positively. I have to meditate on good thoughts and positive thoughts. And an example can be being in spaces where I question myself and say, why am I in this space? What am I doing here? I'm not qualified to be here. What? Then I have to realize that if I am in this space, it's because God wanted me to be in this space. There's nowhere He would have opened the door or opened the window if He didn't think that I was qualified enough to be there or needed to be there to gain something from that room. So if I'm speaking to you, clock that. I want you to understand you are in that room for a reason. You are in those spaces for a reason. You are around those people for a reason. So keep going and trust that whoever brought you in that room brought you there for a reason, not for you to question yourself. You get me? So this is a concealer. This is a Pro LA Girl concealer. So that's something I have been working on. I've consistently been working on my limited beliefs. Believing that I can do more than I think I can do. And your mind, like if you stretch your mind, you will be amazed. And I'll give you an example. I'm just returning back to the gym, and it has been hard. And I promise you, every time I'm getting ready to go to the gym, my body will tell me, no girl, relax. And I understand I need to relax, but at the same time, I need to tell my body that we're getting ready to get back on track, you know. And I will push the boundaries and still go to the gym, take my time in the gym, and I will finish the workout, 30 minutes workout, and I'm working my full body, and I come out and I'm feeling good. The first time I did this, I almost lost it. But the more I push myself, the more my body is like, okay, you're getting back in routine, you know. So push your own limit, whether it's the limits in your mind, the limits in your body, you know, whatever it is, just push yourself a little bit. And the more you push yourself, the more you're strengthening your muscles, right? So that's that. Boundaries. I had to set boundaries with myself. I had to set boundaries with the people around me. Everybody. Boundaries are very important. Boundaries are perimeters to keep people at a certain distance. Not that you're isolating yourself, not that you don't want to interact with people, but Boundaries protect you. It protects you and it protects the people around you, because if you don't have boundaries, that means that you're open highway. That anything and anyone can come through. Then at the end of the day, who's gonna hurt? You're gonna hurt. Right? You are gonna hurt. So it's important to set boundaries. I have to set boundaries, and sometimes my boundaries look like I'm just gonna lay back low. You know what they call me? They call me she's a track star, because I run and I've ran most of my life, right? Working out is kind of like, it's a lifestyle for me. But they call me, she's a runner, she's a track star. Baby, the moment I smell disrespect, the moment I smell that you are about to do something fishy, baby, I'm out of there, okay? I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're auntie, uncle, daddy, mommy, siblings. I don't care if you're friends. I don't care who you are, baby. I am out the door, because you see, one thing that I cannot do, my body is like conditioned that the moment we smell something crazy, because it's the thing, I have two sides, my calm side, my loving side, and then my rude side. And I will be talking to you nicely and calmly, but the way you're receiving it is gonna be, you will just be feeling shaky. I will finish you with this mouth right here. So I've learned that for me to respect myself, this is Instant Age Rewind. It's a corrector. Who is by? I swear it is by CoverGirl. Just a little bit of highlight. So boundaries are important. Set boundaries. And I've always, this is a muscle that I've continually worked on or worked out, whether personally or in therapy. And as we are talking about therapy, girl, if you need it, go. Girl or boy, if you need to go to therapy, go. And I think the myth with therapy is that you have to be crazy, or you have to have had experience very traumatic things, right? And that is correct, but it's not in totality, right? Anybody can go to therapy. I don't care if you cut your fingers. Go to therapy. If you think you need to go to therapy, go to therapy. Therapy is a form of education. It's a form of revelation. It allows you to open your minds to new things. That somebody from the outside will come to you with a neutral, unbiased opinions of how you move, your perspective, your thinking patterns, your behavior pattern, right? Which bring a lot of clarity and revelation. I started therapy very early on. I started therapy when I was undergraduate, because I realized quickly, and that is because of a personal experience in life, the cards that life has dealt with me, right? I realized quickly, early on, that I needed to go to therapy, because I felt like I didn't want to repeat the cycles that I was noticing in my overall family, right? And also, I didn't want to get to a certain age and still struggling with certain things, because there were some behavior patterns that I was noticing, whether it's how I was being treated or how I was letting other people to treat me. And I was the quote-unquote good girl, like the quiet, sweet person who never wanted to disrupt anything. Maybe now I would throw the fire and I'm sitting on the side and I just let the whole thing burn, because keeping the peace is not going to solve anything, because you're losing your mind in your bed while these people are sleeping. The devil is a liar. I'm going to be the first person to throw the bomb out. I'm going to be the person who will actually start the fire. So go to therapy if you need it. Therapy is great. I had to go back in therapy this year, because after my second surgery, I just my brain cell was like, nah, something has to give. But I had an amazing therapist, and I use girl therapy, black girl therapy. That's what I use online. And my therapist for the past 2 years, I started out with her since 2022. We've done so many good work. I have achieved so many things with her, emotionally, career-wise, personally, in the relationship. I've done the work. That means find a therapist that actually challenge you. Because I'm in the field, I had to have someone who would like look at me and say, no girl, stop it. But she didn't. So if you need to go. I encourage it. It's not for everybody, right? If it's not for you, that's okay. But while we're talking about therapy, let's talk about your attachment style. So one thing that I did this year, when I first started out with my therapist, I took the attachment style 2022, and I realized that I was a avoiding dismissive. And at the time, I was just like, oh, okay. I am attached to it. I was like, okay. So I read into it, I studied, but I didn't focus into it. I wasn't obsessive over, oh, I need to fix this. But I was in therapy. So while I was in therapy, everything else I was working on kind of aligned and intertwined. And 2 years later, I noticed a difference. So this year I was talking to one of my friends. She's like older than me. Most of my friends are older than me. I'm gonna set with Laura Mercier. So I got this little puff thing. It's being a lifesaver. I got it from Shein. So I was talking to my friend. She is around her 40s, and we were talking, and I just turned 31. So we were talking, and I've encouraged her to get into therapy. So we were talking, and I told her, I was like, have you taken the attachment style? Because she's her therapist, who used to be my therapist, but I recommended her to my therapist. And she's like, no, I haven't taken it yet. So I told her to take it, and I'll take it again, and we can share our results. So I took it again this year, and she took it. And I sent her my results from 2022 and my results from this year. Because after I completed mine this year, I was shocked. My smile line, I'm always cheesing. I was shocked at my result. And the reason being is that my result came back secure. And I was like, what? Who do you think you are? But this is the stick from Fenty Beauty. I was secure, so I sent it to her, and we started having a conversation. I sent her my old one, which was avoiding dismissive. Jesus Christ, we're trying to, sorry, Lord help me. Trying to get my nose snatched, but so in that conversation, I told her, I was like, listen, my result this year is secure, and I was shocked, but I realized that I was actually doing the work. And I'm not saying that I'm perfect, right? Secure was just the knowledge or revelation that you've done the work, but there's always room to grow. I don't believe that we arrive. Like, whenever you get to a point where you feel like you have arrived, you have a problem. And whenever I get to a point, I'm like, oh, I'm that-ish. Don't get me wrong, like, that side of you is like, yeah, I'm that girl. I am. But like, we would never arrive, because this is a continuous journey. So I told her, I said, listen, don't feel some type of way. This is just information for you to pinpoint the things that you struggle with and start working on them. And it's not in an obsessive way, but just be mindful of how you work on this thing. And her birthday is very close to mine, and we have similar personality traits. And we don't like conflict. I told you guys. Nowadays, bring it on. I will actually start a conflict. So we talked about it, and that's the reason why I'm saying this is, what is your attachment style? I think everyone should take that test. Google attachment style test. Is a short test, but it will give you so many revelations about yourself that you'll be like, wow. So take the attachment style test, and then come back and put a comment and let me know, like, what your feelings, and we can talk through it. But yeah, it was truly an eye-opening, and it showed that I have grown a lot. I still have a lot of work to do, and with that, I can notice avoidance people or individuals that are struggling with avoidance, dismissive, really quickly. So recently I was looking at TikTok. Let's talk about dating. Ooh, dating. These men has shown me shit gate. But me too, I have shown them shit gate. So the shit me pepper, I have shown them fire. So this year I've learned that I have grown. Like I said, I've grown a lot. But most importantly, I realized in certain situations that I was put in, or I put myself in, how I responded in those situations. A couple of years, Nina would have cried, would have wallowed in it, would have replayed situation for days, just trying to figure out where I went wrong. The way I the way I handle certain situations and walk out of those situations, like you know how Daniel was in the den of the lion and walked out with no scratches on with those scratches on his body. That's literally for the three guys in the fire, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. When they were in the fire and their clothes were even burned, nothing happened. They came out of the fire exactly the same way they went into the fire. That's exactly how I came out of those situations. Baby, but with no emotional harm to myself. I was actually amazed. I'd be driving, I'm like, how did you do that? Who are you? And then the other person on the end receiving, they realized that she's not that girl. You know that statement that said, F around and find out? They effed around and they found out that I was not as nice as they thought I was. So that's another like growth that I've noticed, and I want to continue to work on that. But most importantly, there's nothing wrong with being kind, but there's limit to kindness. Well, you're not gonna cross over this bridge like that without me showing you that I'm not who you think I am. I was looking at TikTok recently, and the woman says, this is Morphe. She said your standard is not high, but your standard is not high. It's your patience for low effort that is high. Baby, I was done. I said, girl, come and just take my edges. No, for real. Like, the way I just be like, oh, well, he doesn't like you. It's okay. Don't let your feeling be hurt. Just move on to the next one. And have a roster to be going at it. Don't let nobody play with you. And definitely don't let anybody play with you in 2025. I don't care who it is in your life. Don't let them play with you. The next thing I would say to you is, the next lesson is the same amount of energy you're putting in supporting the people that are around you, your network, your friends, your family. I want you to put the same energy into yourself. Do you want me to say it again? Okay. The same energy that you put into others, the people in your community, your friends, your network, your co-workers, your family, whomever, your partner, put that same energy into yourself, because sometimes we forget to take care of ourselves, and we are running rampant, doing everything for everybody else, and then we just leave us on the back burner. But then later on, you become resentful. That's nobody's fault. That's your fault. So we gotta work on that. We gotta take care of ourselves. Yo, I don't know what I'm doing with my face, so Okay, let's set this, because that's where we are right now. Let's set this and put some highlighter. So this is the lower Mercier. So as we are concluding these things, I hope you guys enjoy my craziness. This is just my personality on a daily basis. Many people don't get to see this. I think I love doing this on YouTube. Not for YouTube, but like, y'all get the point. Like, I enjoy YouTube. I guess it's because of the creative side of me, and I get excited to talk to you guys because it's a different community, and that's exactly how I feel when I am watching other creators that I enjoy, you know. So I want to do more of this. I want to do chit chat, get ready with me, and just us talking about life. So I want you to tell me what you want to hear from me. What do you want me to talk about? Most importantly, what do you want to see from me this year? Because I pray that I have the strength, and God give me the strength to be consistent, because I want to be consistent on here. Like, I literally think about you guys. Even when I was away for a year or so, I was thinking about you guys. You know? So tell me in the comment, what do you want us to talk about next in our Get Ready With Me chit chat? And then what do you want to see from me this year? The next thing is, what are your goals for the new year? I'll share mine with you, 2 of them. To get better with my makeup skills. I feel like these skills has been with me for years. I feel like I do other people's makeup. I've done my friends' makeup multiple times for events. I feel like I do other people's makeup better than my own. So I want to get new skills with my makeup, and I want to get new makeup item, which I started slowly. You guys, like, you know, the Laura Mercier and all those things. I wanna do better with my makeup skills. The next thing I want to do better is I want to read 1 book a month. We started this like when I first started YouTube. This year I read more than 5 books, but I want to read more than that. So I'm gonna be sharing with you guys more of my book if you are interested. A lot of my books are spiritual books, self-development book, business or like money management, finances, because baby, we are working towards financial stability. Okay, so yes, that's where we are. I hope you guys enjoyed this. This is my look, my simple look for now. I'm gonna put my highlighter on, and we're gonna call it a day because I have to get going. All right, I will see you guys